Stitches. It's Thursday the 30th of August and this is video number 26. I did record it last night, didn't like it, deleted it, doing it again. Good thing I left everything on the dining table because I was too lazy to put it away. There was clearly a reason for it. It's been a busy fortnight. I have had 2 weeks off work, so we've had a little break away and had some days out as a family. So lots of slideshows at the end, but not long slideshows. Yeah, so that we've been to see friends up north. So we've been to High Force Waterfall, which was beautiful. Has this kind of, looks like it's really dirty, but it isn't, because it all runs through Pennines. There you go, I knew there was a word that I was thinking of. And basically because all the minerals and the ground it runs through, it kind of picks up everything and it looks like it's yellow. But that was really beautiful. Highest waterfall in England. We visited Beamish Open Air Museum. I picked up a couple of little bits from there. It's kind of just showcases life in various time periods in the northeast. So there's a coal mine, because the northeast in England was very heavily mining, including Beamish itself. It's the site of an old mine. They have a drift mine you can go down, which I didn't go down, but the kids did with my friend Kate. Lots of mums as well. They've got a 1900s village, which is village town, which is fantastic. Loads of trams. They've got a tramway that runs around to transport you between these areas, and buses and things like that. So I didn't take many pictures. Sorry, cats in the garden. But I'll put those in. What else? They've got, yeah, a couple of different, a 1940s farm and an 1820s farm. Lots of stuff. It's, railway, everything. It's a beautiful place. I love going there. They're putting a 1950s village in as part of as a big dementia project, because they were sort of saying, well, you know, 1900 village was great when we started in 1970, because that was kind of living memory for the older generation. But now they're putting the 1950s village in because that's the living memory kind of era. And I can't wait to see that, because I absolutely love the 50s. So super, I think it's a fantastic design period. Fantastic, cannot wait to see that. That's due for completion in 2 years, so I think we'll be going there in 2 years' time. I'll do season tickets. So we paid about £50 for the family to go, and we've been 3 times, which, considering it's a 4.5 hour drive from our house to it, I think it's pretty good when we've got money's worth when we want to see our friends. So it's great. My sister-in-law also lives within about an hour of it as well, so when we visit her, she's got Beamish tickets too, so I think that'll be a regular thing. I think I need a new tripod, it's getting very wobbly. I apologise for that now. I shouldn't apologise, but it could be a bit annoying. Right, what else did we do? So we did Beamish, we went to the beach, we went to Seaham Beach, which is in the northeast again. We tend to beach a lot on the northeast. It's near an old bottle factory, and they used to just cast out the bottle waste into the sea. So sea glass washes up there, and I went sea glass. Well, they've got a sandy. The harbour inlet is the sandy beach, so the kids played on the beach there for a while. Massive jellyfish like that. A couple of those washed up. And then the next beach along is a pebbly beach. I'll insert a couple of photographs. There's a lighthouse there. I like my lighthouses. And picked up some sea glass. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, let's throw sea glass over the dining table. Yep, so I've got a few blue bits. Picked up some nice amber bits there this time as well. Lots of clear, obviously. Some milk glass. which basically looks like a sort of tic tac. So bit of sea pottery too. Lots of brown glass and some ambers and yellow glass. No elusive red glass. Apparently you can get like red and rainbow glass and stuff from there, but I didn't, so that's not focusing. I'm still throwing sea glass everywhere, so we'll shove that back in the jar and I'll insert some photos at the end. Another day out we had was we visited Croom, which is a local National Trust place near to us, for the day. We had some free tickets, so we took advantage. Beautiful, beautiful parkland. Had a really lovely long walk around that. It was designed by Capability Brown in the 1780s. 1780s. It was interesting. We were watching something on the TV the other evening, and it was a Capability Brown, another one he designed, and lots of it. He clearly had a style, which I don't really know much about him, but anyway, that's that. Beautiful, so I'll insert some photographs of that. And we went to see, if any of you have watched, I could be shooting myself in the foot here. I want to say Night at the Museum 3. I've got a feeling it's in that. The big dinosaur skeleton that's in the atrium of the entrance hall of the Natural History Museum in London. The dinosaur that was from there has been on tour around the UK. Well, the dinosaur bones, but they're not bones, they were cast from bones made up of several different dippies. They're diplodocuses. So that's been on tour around the UK. I remember seeing it at the Natural History Museum and being like completely like, oh, amazing, when I was a kid. Been in a few times. So I took my children to see it, and I think the nice thing, well, obviously it needs to be a big room to put Dippy in, so we went to see it in Birmingham when it was on tour. I'd got a Dippy magnet to add to my magnet collection on the fridge. So that'll be, I'll put a couple of shots of that in too. So that's our out and abouting. We tried to make the advantage of, we went to the Commandery again. That's our local, one of our local museums, and for the for medieval revelry. And there was a woman doing some spinning there, so I had a chat to her about natural dyes, because there was this most incredible red colour that I'm sure Melanie Smith could tell me what it is, because it was like a natural medieval dye, sort of not reddy, orangey, corally colour. It was beautiful, beautiful colour. She did say, and I've forgotten. But yeah, it was just interesting chatting to her about, well, fibre art generally, whilst the kids were watching a sword fight. Says it all really, doesn't it? That was just nice to just have an out and about and just have a look round. So yeah, that'll do for that lot. Also, I said slideshows at the end. That's 8 minutes, and I've been rambling about things we've been doing. Best new favourite thing? Well, as it's nearly 7:45 in the morning, coffee. That's not new though, is it? Loving these at the moment. These are those, Heather. I was talking to Heather about these last night. They're only Aldi chocolates, peanut domes. They look like, well, yeah, they look like rollers with peanut in. And it's not as like runny as it makes it look. It's like peanut butter in chocolate. Like it a lot. I do like my peanut butter chocolate. And still loving the Tiny Decisions app. And my other best new favourite thing in the whole wide world is Heather's live videos. So Heather's Instagram video. So best new thing in the world is clearly Link is my homeboy. There you go. Although she's not that new. And there you go. She just done her first stitch with me. I noticed this morning when I had my Instagram Facebook notifications. So that's in my queue. Rambling over. Cross stitch. That's what you came for. What have I been doing? Tiny Decisions app. Because I threw in the extra wheel, hasn't obviously thrown that much. I have stitched a bit on Elizabeth Shepherd, which is Scarlet Letter Chart. I don't know if that's going to focus. So I stitched what did I stitch? That, finished off that, and stitched all of that on that side. As you can see, there's like a faint brown mark, and then realised it was a stitch off because it isn't symmetrical, because I was doing it symmetrically. So that needs to be restitched, but I did flog it out before I took it away, so it didn't take that long. Sorry about the cut off, my alarm went off to get up. Good thing I'm up really. So I just finished talking about Elizabeth Shepherd. I did a tiny bit, the wheel threw up. That's what I was talking, the wheel threw up. The wheel royal wedding design. And I stitched the grand old total of that half stitch there before I got distracted by shiny things, or tiny for spawning. My car project for when we were away was the Mr. X Stitch bauble, and I've started that. That's going to be in, there's my colour palette. Yes, it really is, that jumbled up. These were all kind of threads that came through magazines, a bit like that kind of way. And I've got some red marks on the fabric from the chart, where the ink started rubbing off, so I've had to make sure I fold it the other way now to stop that. Oh, excuse me. I thought I'd worked on Peace on Earth, but I haven't. So the three main projects that came up were my black hook houses. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a finish. Oh, let's get that in the camera. This is from Cross Stitcher 310, the free chart book. It's designed by Susan Penny and is called Christmas is Coming. It should be cat in the garden again. French knots there, but I decided to put some little beads in for the fence posts, and also added beads to put on door handles. There we go. I don't know how I'm going to finish this yet. It was finished in the picture in a gold frame, which is not unusual for cross stitches, just to put things in frame, but I kind of like the look of it. I've got to try and get that out though. That was where I used some Madeira metallics to start with and decided I didn't like it, ripped it out, and it bled. But that's without water or anything like that, so I don't know how to get rid of that. If anybody's got any suggestions. Another finish. This was one of my repeats. Clearly need to trim some of the back up with bits of black thread. Michael Powell from the 20 Stitch chart book. This is the Garden Shed, or as it's known, Fancy Outhouse. So that's another finish. I feel like I have a bell or some vodka. Just give myself a round of applause. I could eat chocolate, but last but not least, I have an almost finish. Let's put something behind that. That's kind of just, I can hold it. This is Blackfoot Lady by Leslie Tier. I absolutely love her to bits. She's stitched on fabric designed by my dyed by my friend Steph. She is incredible, beautiful. I love her so much. The needle minder is from a button that Steph gave me as well, so just love her lots. She does need, well, she needed 135 French knots, I think it was. That cat's really winding me up in the garden. but life's too short for French knots when you're very hit and miss with them. So I ordered just some delicas. I didn't have enough in my, not delicas, petites. I didn't have enough in my stock. So they are plain black. Woo, exciting! So I was a bit cross actually because normally I'd order them from Lakeside because Kate's service is awesome. But Kate was on holiday and I thought, oh, I really want my beads, I'll order them from so-and-so because generally you can get this stuff the next day. Now, bearing in mind it was a bank holiday weekend in the UK, but I ordered them Friday, thought, and in the early morning, I thought, well, it's okay, I might get them Saturday. No, yesterday. So I was a bit kind of miffed by that, that it took them 4 days to dispatch a bag of, and I know they work, I know they're Friday, Monday, yeah, so, okay, it was only 2 days, but when you've had bigger orders in less time, and that's a bag of bees to chuck in an envelope, so, a bit miffed about that, but hey-ho. So kind of fell off the arbitrary August whatchamadoodah Saturday. Kind of, I think if I'd been able to finish that, I might have been okay, but it's kind of like, oh, I want to stitch. Actually, when I finished that Saturday, then I spun again and actually got the Michael Powell to finish off. And then had a sudden decide that I wanted to make some tiny biscotti. So that's what I did. Now I've used some of the pattern. You can't see. Let's put my hand behind and see if I can get it to focus. I'm rubbish at this focusy bit. No, can't get it to focus. This is part of the design from, I used some of the designs from the Black Work Lady, which actually it's that little bit in the corner there. Just stitched in some variegated thread, just with some crosses on the back. Then did that one. Same on both sides. That's stitched on fabric designed by my friend Steph. And then I did one of the butterflies from it. So yeah, love making those. Got plans for a few more. So 2 of the designs I have, 2 I know what I want to stitch, I just need to find the patterns for. Tell a lie. 3 I know what I want to stitch and have the patterns for. The other, and 2 yeah, that's fine. There we go. I still can't remember because I had this conversation with myself yesterday. Let me just move the focusy doodah out of the way because it's annoying me. There we go. Right. Haul. Well, as the title of this video says, Long Road to Ruin. Since the start of August, I've kind of gone, stitch from stash? What's that? I've done 2 really successful rotations. I managed a whole year really successfully and ended up in the, well, actually never going in the red. And well, no amount of finishes is going to dig me out of this hole. I'm not quite at sort of some people's levels, but this is ridiculous for me, what I've been buying. So, yeah, it's a lot for me. So, and I don't have plans to, you know, and you kind of go, that's okay, I kind of got it out of my system. No. I still need threads for Coffee Time Sal. And I still need, oh come on, and I'm kitting up something else as well, which I'll talk about later. So I need to get threads for both of those. And there are 2 bent creeks that I really want to get before, because they're getting really hard to get. So there's 2 bent creeks I really want to get, which are autumn and winter row. I really want to get those, and I can get them in the UK. I just kind of haven't pulled the trigger on them. So I want to get those, and oh, she knows. I also want to get the 3 Lizzie Kates I really want. I still haven't pulled the trigger on those. So, and obviously they're becoming increasingly hard to get. Excuse me, as the patterns I want are quite common and quite popular ones. So, also, my stitchy wish list is on Instagram. So, yeah, check that out. They've been really good, interesting to see some what people want. None of mine are unicorns. They're just pretty hard to get in the UK. Some of them are very new out and I haven't looked that hard, but which are the Heartstring Exemplaries Festive Fobs. And Kate from Lakeside Needlecraft has said that she's going to start stocking some ink circles, and I've told her the two I want, which you can't get in the UK because postage is just so prohibitive. Okay, haul. My latest piece of Twinkle Twinkle Chromatic Alchemy came in. It's a lovely orange called Pumpkin King, and I have it's 32 count Belfast, and I have the 13 by 18 cut. I'm sure that's a proper name. It is really quite orange. I'm just sure it's a bit, yeah, I can't get a good light on it. It's kind of a bit warmer than what it's showing up there. It's lovely. Jo, my blogger friend, had told us about a fabric sale from Lydisfarne Cross Stitch. I've linked their Facebook page below because their website doesn't seem to be very active. I don't know. Anyway, perhaps they go on Facebook, perhaps maybe it's just destashing. This is 32 count water lily, probably permanent. Yeah, it's quite similar to Witch Out Star Sapphire, and I've just covered it in hair. So that's actually for something I want to stitch. So when I could get a really large piece like that for £6.50, it's worth sticking the phrase stop on. Right, so let's pop those two there. I have my prize from Cross Stitcher from Willow Fabrics for the bee cushion, which was first past the post. I told you that a few weeks ago, and the prize was 20 DMC of your choice. I picked 20 of the new colours. You've seen DMC before, you know what a skein of thread is. If you don't, why are you watching my videos? When we went to Beamish, I picked up a couple of quilt postcards, just of quilts they have in their collection, but were both made locally. It tells you a little bit about them on the back, which is really sweet. And they have it's not a haberdashery shop as such. What's it called? Oh, Drapers, which obviously is like the tailors. They made all the clothes. It's from the 1900s, but they have some kind of, they're not obviously not historic fabrics, but they're kind of fabrics that would have been typical, and I like to pick up a piece of fabric when I'm there because I think it's just a fun, it's a good souvenir. So this is a dark green with kind of little yellow and brown and white flowers. I thought that would look really nice on my quilt and make really some good backing because it's kind of small and very quite neutral. And I'm getting it out of my little Beamish, but it's been on that bus, little Beamish pin badge to hopefully make into a needle minder. In the section now entitled Heather Link is my homeboy made me do it. Wouldn't have known about Fuzzy Fox Designs had she not told me about them, so I follow them on Instagram, and over the weekend they had a sale on, so I bought this gnome. Hubby brought a wooden gnome which looks just like that one last Christmas, so I saw him and thought, oh, let's stitch him. I forget what the stitch count is. Her charts are absolutely, so I'm not going to show you the chart, but I love that she, I mean look, lovely clear key with all the size, so 92 by 40. Her charts are lovely and clear. She gives you one with a colour chart with symbols, a colour chart which is just colour, like, you know, a red square and a green square and a blue square or purple square, whatever, and also a black and white chart. So I just love that. I like working from colour charts, so, but I like having the symbols too, so I printed the colour with symbol. So he will be stitched up for Christmas. Super cute. I'm hoping to do him on quite a small count so I can do him as a Christmas ornament. Cross Stitch Crazy came in. Cover kit. This was another cover gift. I actually really quite like this. It's by Hell's Couple Ditch. Fab colours. It looks quite square, but it isn't. It's 7 by 5.5 inches. So yeah. So I quite like that. Actually, I really do I like that a lot. A lot of backstick. We'll see. I do like it then. And there was also a chart book too. I do like the Cross Stitch Crazy ones because they give you the backing papers as well. Oh, bit of chart. Don't care. And last section. So yeah, there's some cute stuff. Nutcracker themed ones. So there's some really cute ones there. Oh, and the magazine, of course. Magazine. Okay, let's do a very quick flip through. That's the cover. This is the contents page. So all the usual bits and pieces. That's a really cute Margaret Sherry. Lots of letters and stuff, including one from yours truly here. Why is it called a star cameo? It's nothing to do with it. Oh well. There we go. Didn't bring it in. But the ring I reference is this one here, which was my nan's, which was given to her by my mum. Jennifer Saunders, the comedian. Winter wedding gift ideas. Actually, this is a really nice colour palette for any time of the year, I think, for wedding. Some quite good sort of engagementy ones too. This month's must-haves. Really nice realistic horse there. That's really good. Excuse me. Crazy for America. So there's just about a dozen American motifs. That's the word. Baseball, burger, dollar bill, Statue of Liberty, flag, that kind of thing. Baby cards. There's 2 pages of those. Folk art cushion. Quite like that. I like some of the folk art stuff. Especially putting in Christmas decorations and things. Oh, might enter that giveaway. Yeah, some of it's just kind of, yeah, the giveaways. A Doreen Jones Advent Calendar. That only goes up to 12, but the numbers go up to 24. So I wonder if it's reversible, because it doesn't say. Oh, okay, no, that's for a traditional Advent of 12. But you could just kind of stitch all of them and make it reversible. 12 fits over 24. Right, anywho. Oh, like these a lot. These are Sharon McKinnon. She is Tiny Modernist. Those are Fireworks Over London. So these would be really good for obviously bonfire night. They would also, they remind me a lot of the word clearly. The New Year's fireworks. The BBC always broadcasts the fireworks from London, which are set off over the Thames. So yeah, and you see the London Eye and things like that. So really, that kind of reminds me of those. That'd be quite cool for a New Year's project. And they're not big, they're, I want to say they fit in a 5-inch hoop. Darn, could have got loads of Black Ada from Lydisfarne for silly prices. Let's see if she's got any left. Can't help myself with the haul. Ah! It's a problem. It's a problem. Oh, come on. It's got some light effects in. I might have to chuck that out the window. Stitch count is 79 by 78. 5.5 inches. They are only 6-inch hoops. Right, okay. Crazy letters, Ask the Angels, not so they're kind of like the questiony ones. Windows, okay, cute. Now, as my alarm went off, I have no idea how long this video is. We've got Challenge Lucy, so Lucy Heaton designs kind of a retro caravan, Queen Victoria pool table, ballet dancer unicorn, penguin in a life jacket, and some poppies. All the letters, track it downs, the online thing, robots. Paper Chase had these. There's glass ornaments last year. Quite liked it. They're massive. Kind of like that. And kind of a bit big for a Christmas tree ornament. They are quite cute. And that's it. That brings us to what's coming up next month. So, right, have I got, oh my word, I've got so much to say still. Like, this is going to be a long one, folks. But you already know that because you can tell how long it's going to be. I can't even guess because I don't know what the first video was before the alarm went off. Okay, plans. Link is my home. That's clearly the only thing I'm going to say in this. Like I'm fangirling. Heather, it's her birthday next month. No, her birthday's in October. I keep thinking we're in September already. She's doing what's it called? Heather, tell me if I'm wrong. Black pearl, primitive hair. Let's go with that. It's a mermaid, and I'm sure it's by the primitive hair. It's cool. It's not me. So I was kind of like, I'll join in. I'm sure I've got mermaids in my stash. Only a couple because I'm not really into mermaids, but I had this a chart I won because it was blasted cat in our garden again. They like our garden because we have lots of birds because we have trees, and the same cat who seems to have no fear, who's coming to sit by the patio window and look at me now. Anyway, yeah, I won this chart ages ago on a blog giveaway, and obviously C for Charlotte. So I want to stitch it up for her, which is what the Water Lilies fabric was, because it was the called for fabric. Even though I've got a piece of Star Sapphire in my stash, I'm sure I would have done. But it's kind of one of those fortuitous moments that let's go with it. I've not stitched an aura before, so, and would have bothered, not normally, but that is full coverage, that block there. So, which is quite a big chunk. It's as all the hay people roll on the floor laughing. It's 50, 60, 70 by 70 by 80 squares, full coverage. So, hey people, pick yourselves back up, please. I know that's nothing. It's not even a page, but you know, it's a lot for me. So that's that. I'm going to DMC some of it. I'm going to DMC the blue because that's actually about 4 or 5 different purpley blues. So I'm either going to raid my Jodries. Ow! Not so funny bone. Raid my Jodry and just see whether I can find anything that's got that gradient. I think DMC do quite a similar one. Or I will just pull DMC in the 5 colours or 4 or 5 4 colours. I forget what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, so I'll just pull DMC in the 4 colours. So I'm going to order the lemon and lime. So these are all crescent colours or classic colour works. So that's good. I will get the lemon and lime. I think I decided I'd get cherry tomato, chili pepper for the coral. I wrote it down, I can tell you. Shrimp cocktail, cherry tomato, chili pepper, the lemon and lime, and I'll probably get hick sticks because I kind of feel like I should have hick sticks. And then it's 3 lots of Mill Hill beads and a Chromatic. So, Chromatic. The sparkly stuff. So, which I think is just really good, mostly for. Oh, I'm not even going into it. Anyway, so that's the 10th of October. I remembered. 10th of October. That is Link is my homeboy sale. I'm going to see if I can put a doodah. Sorry, I'm going to see if hubby can put in it. Yeah. And I've just written it down. Oh, I can't even spell it. It's too early. Okay. Okay. Speaking of sales, oh, nice segue there. 1st of October is, I've lost the, where have I put the chart? 1st of October is, there we go, KT coffee time sale. I remembered. Look at that, I'm so proud of myself for that. Tess and I are, Tess Stitches are stitching Coffee Time Sale by Lizzie Kate. I'm going to start with Today's Good Mood because I need that in my office. I need that in my kitchen to do. So I should be stitching that at least twice. I'm going to tea coffee dye some fabric of some description. What's the called for? Called for is amber linen. But I'm going to tea coffee dye something. Because I am. I'm only going to buy. Can't decide whether I'm going to buy. Actually, go and buy it first. I'll just DMC it, to be honest. If I DMC it, I don't have to buy anything. But I do like the blue and the green, and I kind of think I can get away if I buy the blue, the green, and the 2 browns for it. Be cool. So. And I obviously need to order threads for that. So if I'm going to order threads, I might as well just do the 10 skeins that I need in one go. That's all I'm saying. And then I'll stop spending. I've got a birthday in 2 months. Big birthday list. It's all going to be charts. Which confuses everybody because nobody knows how to order me cross stitch stuff apart from my husband, who gets links to exactly what I want, and he is very good at it. So I think he's come to realise after 15 years of marriage that cross stitch is really what I want. So my mum will buy me books, and she bought me the Just Cross Stitch DVD last year because I sent her Amazon links. She does Amazon. Anything anywhere else confuses her. So, yeah, and I did get a stitching book from my friend Sarah last year because I sent her an Amazon link. So, but Amazon UK doesn't tend to have, sorry, hair's falling out, doesn't tend to have that much in the way of cross stitch. I've found, I don't search that hard, but people have me Hobbycraft vouchers, and Hobbycraft is rubbish, absolutely rubbish in the UK. Well, certainly our local one. I struggled to spend £10 in there last year with a voucher. I think I've still had like 70p on a voucher somewhere. So, excuse me, because I begrudge paying their money for the threads. I'm not paying £1.05 for threads when I can get them for nearly half the price from Kate. So, no. Anywho, that's rumble. Crikey, this is going to be a long video. I think I may hit my first hour. Right, let's plans. That's my plans. So plans. told you what my October plans are. September plans: spin the wheel, stitch the stuff, bead the beading, bead the blackwork lady. And they said bead the bearded lady then. Strange kind of the Greatest Showman territory there. Okay, giveaway winners. Let's rattle through these. Linda, crazy for yarn. No, that's wrong. Sorry, Linda. Try again. Linda, crazy for yarn. You win this one. I'll comment on your comment. Lynn Blackwood, you get the Christmas cuties. I random generated. Oh, crikey, it's going to be a long day. I've got MVQ today as well, and I have to do an oral examination type thing. That's not going to bode well. No idea where I was going with that. Lynn, I've got your address. I'll dig it out. Doesn't mean say I've lost it. It's just I've got 2 email accounts. It's in one or the other. I can't remember which. Nobody wanted this, so that's going back in the box. And I did check twice for that because I was, yeah. Okay, this week's. I'd like to stitch the penguin. Chart book. I'm not going to flip through it. There's the 4 themes. It's got little fairies which are really cute. Kind of Christmassy foods, gingerbread houses, Christmas puds, that kind of thing. More traditional garlands, wreaths, candles, kind of thing. Ada band, that sort of thing. And some sort of cute snowmen, robins, penguins doing ice skating and snowboarding and stuff like that. And then we have, so that's a chart book. Then we have a John Clayton lady. She's called Hannah. It's just, so we're going to have, I'd like to stitch the lady. I'd like to stitch the chart book. I'd like to stitch the penguin. Usual rules apply. Be over 18. Don't say giveaway as I'll delete your comment, or win, or any other kind of searchable term. There you go. That people who just want stuff, don't want to be stitchy, just look for. So yeah, please be a subscriber. There you go. There's all the rules. The shout out. I've been really catching up with my Flosstube until this morning when loads of new people have put Flosstubes out. As soon as I get my watch list down, I'm like, yeah, that's only a day's worth of Flosstube, and then poof, you'll release lots of videos overnight. Well, there's about 5 really good. Well, they're all really good to be honest, but there's like 5 people I'm like, ah. So, but I get to watch them at work this afternoon. So, excuse me. Shout outs. The Stitching Hutch Becky. I watched her about 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, I can't remember what you were stitching. I wrote your name down and didn't write anything else down because I keep a little list. That's where I do my work out the giveaways. I keep a list. So I kind of have that by me when I'm watching. If I don't, everything gets written on post-it notes. So I've watched 5 videos, got 5 videos there that I've watched and need to comment on. So, okay, Hanging by a Thread Gina, met her through one of Heather's live videos, so that was a really good way of meeting somebody. Her videos are only really short, so you can catch up with her in less than an hour. 30 minutes if you're watching at 2 speed. She stitches some nice broad varied doodah of projects. Oh crikey, I'm talking rubbish today. No, I'm not going to apologise. Cassie Stitches. It's one of these people that I feel like I should have been watching for a long time. She's been Flosstubing for a fair while. I've been following her on Instagram, but never quite kind of put the two together. So she's new to me. Stitching Social. I've heard lots of people talk about them. Don't know why I hadn't found them before. I guess they're just some people that have never really come up in my suggestions and things like that. So, you know, when you hear about them but you don't always necessarily have the time to go back and add them in and things, they're so much fun. So there's beautiful beach pattern, and I forget which way around. Jen and Alison, I forget which way around they are. Sorry, I'm terrible. There's some really lovely Satsuma Street. I've seen Satsuma Street quite a bit this week, and I'm forgetting who's stitching them now. Okay, Plot Threads Hannah has done her first Flosstube video. She's very new. This is this week. I saw her. I was like, oh, I'll watch yours. So she's doing some book related ones, but has them as separate videos. Her first video is less than 10 minutes. Please go and watch her. She was really fab. She is stitching Satsuma Street. She's got 3 really lovely projects on the go that she shows you. Pam, PJ Stitcher, is an absolute natural. Go watch her. She has been stitching some small... everything she stitches, I want to stitch. I love your stitching, Pam. So go watch these people. They've probably all got more subscribers than I have now, so I kind of feel a bit silly for shouting people out, but I'm still going to shout people out, even if you've got 4,500, 8,000 subscribers. I don't care. If I like you, I will shout you out, because there are some fantastic stitchers out there and everybody deserves their recognition. Speaking of recognition, shout outs to 2 fairly local stitchers to me, both in the Midlands. April, May, June and Lollipop Stitchers have both hit 1,000 subscribers in the last couple of weeks. So shout out the Brits. So congratulations to you both. I don't think either of you... no, April, you watch me, don't you? I don't think Lolly does, but I'll shout you both out, and I just want to say congratulations. Good job done. That's about the lot. I've been making a bit of jewellery, Lottie, and I've had a couple of jewellery days, so I shortened this necklace because it was too long, and with the leftover beads made a pair of earrings that I probably will never wear. They're little Clossine beads which aren't going to focus. They are black and pink. And made another necklace, kind of very much my kind of colour scheme. I do gravitate towards greens, and I've also been making some bag charms. So I still had the bead boards there. I had to clear away all the beading stuff for I could Flosstube video make a Flosstube video. So just gonna do some simple, that's upside down, but some little zipper pulls for. So I see all these lovely project bags, and project bags, unless I can make my own, because I have fabric, which means I need to find that foot pedal for my sewing machine. I probably could make my own if I could actually get one. I've made bags before. I made 3 handbags before now, so I feel I can do box corners, I can can't sew in a straight line. Never tried to insert a zip, but I kind of feel that if I watched a really good tutorial, I probably could. I'm not sure I want to go down that rabbit hole. So, you know, this is one of the small ones, but I just buy these bags from one of our discount retailers, and they're fine. And sometimes I put on tags if I can be bothered. That actually says just now, and I finished that ages ago. So maybe beaded zipper. So I thought I'll make some beaded zipper pulls, especially for the sales. So the reason it's all brown is because it's going to be coffee time. I've got some charms on order for, which should come today, for me to finish that. So yeah, I thought I'd just make some. I like beading, it's fun. So as you can see, that's about half of our bead collection. Lottie and I have it, and I've got a whole another box full in the living room. That's not to mention bits in the garage. Let's call it a stop there. I've got slideshows to end. I don't know how long that first part was. Could this be my first hour-long video? It could. And I need to leave for work in 5 minutes. So have a great day, friends. And don't forget, still time to join for the tea and coffee sale, which I know is not the name of it. It's KT, Coffee Time Sale. Because Tess, I wrote it down. Because Heather told me what it was. And you told me what it was in the comments after that, but Heather had also, I'd watched a Heather video in between. Yeah, I'm useless at this. Hey ho, have a great day folks. See you soon. Bye bye.